every day of the finest ingredients in health. Now I have a swell surprise. Our made fresh every day.
What's going on, y'all? This your boy KCPL Wrestling Takes back again. Looks like I'm doing the review the day of. Usually, I always do it the day after, but I had to come on here and talk about this. So, looks like we got more matches added on to the card. And it looks like I knew it was going to be mixed feelings because there was a lot of people that didn't want it. But we knew the handwriting was on the wall. We knew it was on the it was basically set up there. We knew it was coming. But they had to go ahead and try to drag this foolishness out. Smackdown was decent. It was a decent show. There was a lot of dumb stuff on here. I'm gonna talk about it. Stuff that didn't make no type of sense. But for the most part, it was a decent show. So let's go ahead. We open the show. Daniel Bryan come walking out there with his tree shirt on. If people ain't really paying no attention to his tree shirt, he come walking out there. He got the chair in his hand. He takes a seat. He's talking about something. Everybody said that Roman Reigns claimed that he wasn't going to tap. He said over his dead body he wasn't going to tap. He said, I should be standing here today as your new Universal Champion. But it didn't happen. Why? Because of Edge. And so therefore, I should be main eventing WrestleMania. Now, I'm not going to lie. It seemed like, now, look, Daniel Bryan is still the babyface. But it sounded like he was turning a little heelish in that little promo he was cutting. I'm telling you, you talk about entitlement, like very entitled. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Daniel Bryan is very entitled. I don't care. I mean, yeah, he deserved to be in the main event, but still, it's very entitled. He's very entitled. I might even finish sugarcoat that. Shoot, but so he belly aching, complaining, talk about some since he ain't get what he wants. I'm gonna sit here all day. I deserve a shot, and I deserve to face Roman Reigns tonight for the Universal Championship, so I can go headline WrestleMania. And I don't care if I have to sit here all night. I'm gonna sit here all night until I get the answer. Well, he sits down, and they go to commercial break. So then they come back, still nobody out there. He's still sitting there. I'm like, what? He gonna sit out there all day watching everybody else's matches or something? So then Adam Pearce come walking out there. Adam Pearce come walking out. Adam Pearce walks out there. He said, Daniel, look, man, I understand your frustration. But look, at the end of the match, the referee said Roman Reigns won. So I get your frustration. Daniel Bryan said, well, you know what? How about this? How about I end up how about Roman Reigns and Edge face each other in the main event on night 1. And then whoever wins, I face them on night 2. I said, what kind of stupid booking is that? Now, I know why he said that because of exactly what happened to him, where he had to face all the other clowns in the Elimination Chamber match. And then 5 seconds later, Roman Reigns came out there and just beat the brakes off him. I understand what he meant. Adam Pearce said, look, man, I got a lot of stuff that's still on the plate tonight. I'll get back to you at the end of the show. You'll have my answer. So we cut to commercial. Let's see, make sure what's the next segment. Let's see. So we come back for commercial. You see Roman Reigns and Jey Uso and Paul Heyman chilling in the locker room, talking about something, man. This dude is out of his mind. Like, you know dang well he don't need to be in this picture. I made him tap. That's the name of the game. And Paul Heyman and Jey Uso was sitting right there. Roman Reigns said, "You know what, man? Y'all need to go handle the business. Go handle it, even if you had to use force." So they did that, right? Well, it's like I said, this whole thing is just goofy. So let me tell y'all something, man. I'm loving Roman Reigns, his run. His run comes off as a mob boss. I love it. It's some of the best work I've seen. That's why I do not want this man to lose the title. I don't. I do not want him to lose, man. Usually I be wanting to see the heel lose at WrestleMania, but this time I want to see my man Roman Reigns win. And you can almost say this is three heels in the match. I know Daniel Bryan is technically the babyface and Edge was, but now Edge is gone full blown heel, and I like Edge better as a heel. That's just me. I think Edge has always been a better heel. So anyway, um, Adam Pearce come walking in, right? And they looking at him. He looking back at them like, look, man. Look, you know dang well I'm not finna wrestle on no two nights. You might as well throw that out. And you right. You absolutely not gonna wrestle on two nights. But just like I told Daniel Bryan, I gotta make my final decision on what we gonna do at the end of the night. You got any questions? He stood up, looked at him and everything. He said, "You better make the right decision or else." I'm like, man, listen, they've been punking the mess out of Adam Pearce so much now. I don't know why they still haven't announced Adam Pearce as the official GM. Now, personally, I think Adam Pearce should be the GM of Raw, and Sonny Deville should be the GM of SmackDown. If you're gonna go those GM routes, I mean, that's just how that look. I don't know about y'all, but that's what I think. So we get to once again rematch city. This is all they know. Rematch, rematch, rematch. We got Seth versus Shinsuke Nakamura again. I didn't care nothing about this match because we knew it was gonna happen. Seth Rollins ends up winning again. So after that, he tried to beat Nakamura up. Who come running down? Cesaro. Cesaro coming out there, and he wanted to spin him. He tried to spin him. He wasn't able to, and then he escaped. He got away. So obviously we got the match made. So it's gonna be Seth Rollins versus Cesaro WrestleMania. That should be a decent undercard match. But I'm taking Cesaro to win that. Like I said, I'm gonna give y'all my prediction video in 2 weeks. Let y'all know who I got winning everything. But it should be no question that Cesaro was winning that match. So then after that, like I said, they cut back to the office again. It's just the same old, same old. Like I said, Adam Pearce trying to lay the law down, but like I said, he getting punked. He getting punked by dang near everybody. He getting punked by Daniel Bryan. He getting punked by Edge. He getting punked by Roman. You ask yourself, who's the real baby face in this match? You had to ask yourself that. So anyway, after that, we got Big E in a 6-man tag team match with the Street Profits versus Apollo Crews and Alpha Academy. No explanation to the dumb botch that happened at Fastlane. None whatsoever. And Big E ended up getting pinned by who? Apollo. I say this is what I'm talking about, y'all. I say every time when we're involved in a situation, Vince McMahon and them act like they don't know how to book us right. They do this mess over and over and over again. We could have easily had them come out. This match we didn't even need that match. We could have had Big E and Apollo out there trying to explain the dumb botch that happened. Like Big E said, you know what, man? Look, we messed up in that match. But you know what? I'm a big enough man. You had me when you actually pinned me. I pinned you, you pinned me. So you know what, man? I'm going to give you a rematch. I'm going to give you a rematch at WrestleMania, and we're going to settle this thing once and for all. Who is the best man? Because we've been kicking each other's tail week in, week out. You run around here with this new gimmick or whatever you want to call. I'm trying to become this serious version of me, but it's not working out. So I'm like this. We're going to settle it all at WrestleMania. At WrestleMania, it's the end all. Intercontinental Championship, Big E versus Apollo Crews. Winner take all is over. But that's it. No, we had to have this stupid dumb man 6-man tag team match with the Street Profits acting a complete clown as always, and still have gotten nowhere with the tag team situation. It's like they just doing stuff just to be doing stuff. It was dumb, real stupid. So backstage, Seth Rollins was rambling off, talking about something. I'm gonna get my respect. That fool tried to spin me around. You know what? If you want to spin me around, I'm gonna challenge you to WrestleMania. I want to face you at WrestleMania. Then we'll see who's the real man. And as soon as he said that, you're not gonna spin him around. Who came out the woodwork? Cesaro came out the woodwork, and what did he do? He spinned him. He spinned him about 7 times, I think, about 6 or 7 times. So obviously the match has been made. So, and then after that, he said, challenge accepted. So I just talked about this stupid match, dumb man match. We didn't need this match at all. This was just a waste of time. No explanation, no nothing. So then we got the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on their way to the ring because he's going to explain why he knocked him out last week by that kicking him in the side of his face. So then backstage, you got Adam Pearce. He walks in the Edge. And Edge basically tells Adam Pearce, you know Daniel Bryan shouldn't be in this match. I don't give a care what he says to you. It's supposed to be me and Ed. I mean, me and Roman. I'm not supposed to be wrestling on no 2 nights. Daniel Bryan could crawl all he wants to. He does not belong in this match. I don't give a care. Adam Pearce said, just like I told Roman, just like I told Daniel Bryan, I'm going to make my decision at the end of the night, so you were welcome to come on out there. And the Edge said, you better, just like Roman, you better make the right decision. I'm like, everybody is punking Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce got to get some thick skin because that boy just be getting punked left and right. The unannounced general manager is getting punked left and right. And that's basically what it is. He's getting punked so much, it don't even make no sense. So, we got the Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens really want to figure out what the heck is wrong with Sami Zayn, why he lay him out, what's all this nonsense, this so-called conspiracy, all this crazy stuff. So he told him to get his tail out here. He wanted him to come out here. And so Sami Zayn come out. He said, we got the world premiere next week. And even though what I did, I still want you to be a part of the documentary. And the world premieres next week. And guess who we got? We got Logan Paul. I said, man, why the heck? Who gives a crap about Logan Paul? Nobody. This is just random stuff. This is just stupid. So we gotta include the celebrity in this feud. Like, no, we don't. Like, that wasn't even called for. So as usual, Kevin Owens said, you know what, man? Since you don't, and yeah, he did apologize, but he said, look, I don't want your apology, man. He said, why don't you face me in WrestleMania? Face me in WrestleMania, and then we can sell it there. And he said, he kept yelling. He said, challenge me, whatever. Sami Zayn said, sure, but you're going to regret it. He said, you really don't want that. Now, obviously, he was about to pull back one of the poster things that was out there that had Kevin Owens' name because he said this would have been the actual answer that you wanted to this whole conspiracy nonsense or whatever. So, but Kevin Owens ended up beating the brakes off of him, and there you have it. You got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. This is part 7, I think. I think they faced each other about several times throughout their beef. I think this is either part 6 or part 7. I don't know. But they had some decent matches. I think this should be a decent undercard match. I'm taking Sami Zayn to win this, but like I said, we're going to find out what this whole conspiracy foolishness is because we got the documentary showing up next week. Logan Paul going to be on the show next week. So it is what it is, man. So there it is. So then once again, Adam Pearce runs into Daniel Bryan and he says, Daniel, I done already told you. I done told you what it is. You're going to have to wait till the end of the night. I done told everybody else the same exact thing. So obviously we just lollygagging all the way, everybody jumping through all these silly loopholes to get to where we know we're going to go into. So then we got Bianca Belair backstage talking with Kayla. And she said, you know what? Look, I know Sasha did all that stupid stuff to me, but you know what? My mama told me to be the bigger, better person. I could have laid it out. I could have beat her here from Timbuktu. But you know what? I'm going to be the bigger, better person. But I got this match against Natalya. And I'm going to show her exactly what I'm going to do to her at WrestleMania. Because I am the EST. And boom, there it is. So she walked out. So there you have it. You had her match. This actually was a decent match. I said it's about time Bianca won because this girl be losing every day. I was like, man, I said, Joe, it's like, what's the point? The build has been terrible. I don't care what nobody has to say. This build has been trash. But to this day, I still want her and Sasha to main event night 1. I don't care what nobody got to say. People got all kind of explanations as to why they don't want Bianca versus Sasha to main event night 1. I don't give a care. I still want them to main event night 1. I really do. So the match, like I said, the match was decent. Sasha came out there, hopped on commentary. Tamina was in Natalya's corner. And so obviously, it was causing a huge distraction. Because she's like, girl, what you want to do? What you want to do, right? So, listen, Sasha, look, that girl just be talking all kind of crazy stuff. I see why people be saying she sound crazy on the mic. Listen, Sasha, man. Like I said, I learned to put up with it. I said she's still my girl, but I learned to put up with it all the time. Like that's Sasha. That's just how she does. And so she over there rambling off talking about some, I should be in the Hall of Fame. Matter of fact, you guys can induct me next year. I said, oh, I said, girl, look, you be losing 24/7 at WrestleMania. How the clown are we supposed to induct you? It don't make no sense. It makes absolutely no sense, and you potentially finna lose at this WrestleMania. Like I said, she just be rambling off, talking all this foolishness, right? So then she got up. She acted like she was finna do something. Bianca hopped out. While all this is going on, she hopped out, and then she ended up smacking the taste out of Sasha's mouth. I said, girl, she slapped her. She slapped the mess. I said, okay, it's about time Bianca did something to her. I said, man, this don't even make no sense. I'm like, what are they waiting on? So then she got back in the ring. Her and Natalya tangled it up, and she did the finisher on Natalya, and she actually got the pin. I said, it's about time. We didn't see that fool Reginald. I said, Reginald didn't even need to be in this beef. He didn't need to be nowhere near it. I said, it's about time. No Reginald. I said, thank you, Jesus. No Reginald. Match was decent. It was a very good match for Bianca. I said, I'm glad she finally got a victory, even though we 2 weeks in before WrestleMania. Makes absolutely no sense, but like I said, it's finally, like I said, they finally start trying to heat this up, So anyway, man, that's that. Bianca ended up winning. Let's see. So then we call Edge. Now we got Roman in the crew chilling in his locker room, and like a mob boss. Edge just walk up in there, right? I mean, Edge didn't get no care. So Sami Zayn. Jey Uso was like, hold up, like what you doing up here? Paul Heyman was like, what you doing up in there? Roman said, man, it is what it is. He said, Roman, listen to me. Adam Pearce is about to make the dumbest decision of his life. You know dang well it should just be us two. It should just be us two at WrestleMania. It shouldn't be that guy. That guy has no business being up there. I said, man, listen, man, this the edge that I'm like, people don't understand. What made me a fan of Edge is how he comes across on the screen, and he does all that goofy stuff where he just be looking psychotic. You know what? I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about my girl in a minute because she said something that described all three of these characters. I'm gonna talk about it in a minute when we get to that. But he's a psycho. He's very psychotic, and he plays that role well. That's why heel Edge is the best. I don't care what nobody got to say. He walked up in there, and then when him and Roman Reigns stood up and they were standing, staring at each other side by side, looking at each other in the face, I was like, dang. I said, I didn't know that the two of them was about the same size. I said, I knew Roman was tall, but I said, like, dang. I said, Edge and Roman is about the same size. I said, man, I thought Roman was a little bit taller than him. I said they was about the same size. But they look like they about ready to start conspiring against Daniel Bryan because they know dang well they didn't want him to be in there. And there's a lot of fans who didn't want Daniel Bryan in this match in the first place. They wanted Edge and Roman. Me, I personally wanted Daniel Bryan and Roman. That was me. But you know what? I don't have a problem with all three. I was talking with my guy on Twitter, my IWN. He don't want this match at all. He still think it should be Daniel Bryan and Roman. I'm fine with it. I'm cool. I don't have an issue with it because all three players are playing their roles well, and it's great. Then we got to this situation, another dumb situation. I'm like, bro, why do we keep putting the potential match components who's gonna face each other at WrestleMania against each other? I don't need to see it. I don't know why they keep doing this. We got Dolph Ziggler versus Rey Mysterio, and apparently whoever won gets the title opportunity. Well, Rey Mysterio ended up winning. So that means they got a tag team title shot. More than likely, it's going to happen at WrestleMania. I'm like, bro, why do y'all keep doing this? This is what I don't like. This is why I keep saying the tag team division needs to be merged. It needs to be merged. It's not no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's getting tiresome. You see this match week in, week out, over and over and over again. I said, I don't need to see it. I see the anticipation about WrestleMania is not seeing the clowns face each other until WrestleMania. You put the clowns against each other, and then when it gets to WrestleMania, I don't want to see it. That's Vince and Bruce for you, man. Rey Mysterio ended up winning, so obviously they guaranteed the title shot. So then we move on to the main event. Adam Pearce is out there. Then Roman Reigns comes out. Then Edge comes out. Then Daniel Bryan comes out. Adam Pearce looks to all three of them. He said, Edge, you got a compelling point. Roman Reigns, I understand your point. You got a compelling point. Daniel Bryan has a compelling point. So you know what? At WrestleMania 37, in the main event, we're going to have a triple threat. When he said that, I said, well, here we go. I said, we had to jump through a loophole the entire show for him to get to that point. I said, we knew what was going to happen. It was like the handwriting was on the wall. We knew it was coming. So after that happened, all chaos broke loose. Jey Uso started beating up everybody. Edge started beating up everybody. Roman Reigns started beating up Daniel Bryan. It was like everybody trying to beat up everybody, right? So then, who was the last man standing? Edge was the last man standing. Got that chair. Like I said, Roman speared Daniel. Everybody spearing everybody, man. It was chaotic, but it served its purpose. We getting it. Whether fans like it or not, I'm telling y'all right now, this match about to be off the chain. I don't know why people think this match is going to be trash. This match is going to be great. Now, the question is, I don't know who's winning, tell you the truth. I don't think Roman is walking out. I personally don't, but I still believe this match is going to be off the chain. I really do. I'm looking forward to this. I would love for Vince and them to pull a serious swerve and have Roman end up winning, but I don't believe so. Because it's either Edge or Daniel Bryan is walking out with the championship. I'm just telling y'all right now. All right, now if I'm wrong, I will be glad I'm wrong. But I believe this match is going to slap. Now we got 2 more weeks to build, 2 more weeks of them beating the brakes off each other. This is what I would personally do. I will have the contract signing next week because the go home show, I'm not even going to have neither one of them out there. The go home show is basically going to be them hyping everybody up. You just talk about all the matches. You can have a bunch of random folk that ain't even going to be on the card wrestling. Nobody that's wrestling in a WrestleMania should be wrestling at all because everybody needs to be healed up, ready to go. Just talk about it. Just like let this be like a hype show. We don't need to have all these other clowns that's wrestling and have them. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And now everybody that was talking about Charlotte Flair was supposed to be on the show. Thank God. Thank God she went on the show. It was fools online talking about she needed to be added to Bianca and Sasha to make it a real main event. No, ain't nobody trying to see that. And then here's another thing. How the clown is Bailey not on the card? That girl was dang near carrying the women's division. Dang near carrying Smackdown with Sasha and Roman during the pandemic era. You can throw Drew in there. As much as I really don't care nothing about Drew, you can throw all 4 of them. They was carrying Smackdown and Raw during the pandemic. So I don't know how the heck Miss Bailey is not on the card. I don't understand that at all. I don't know what they got planned. And maybe she gonna be in that garbage women's battle royal. And if she is, she better win it. That's all I gotta say. She better win it. That's the name of the game. Now, before I finish this show, I want to go ahead. I want to give a shout out to my main girl I talk with on Twitter all the time. My girl, Miss Manny, is meeting Drew and Naomi. I call her Miss Breeze because that's what she had as her handler. But she described all 3 fools in the main event at WrestleMania 37 perfectly. She said Randy Orton is the rated R psycho. She called Roman Reigns toxic tribal chief. And she called Daniel Bryan tree boy, which is perfect. Because everybody knows, going back to WrestleMania 35, Daniel Bryan was a.k.a. Captain Planet. You could even call him the Lorax. Run around here with this. I speak for the trees and the plants and all this nonsense. I'm like, just goofy, just straight silly. But she was on the money. Shout out to you, girl. This is what I said. I was laughing. That's why I asked you. I'm glad that you said I could use it. Shout out to you. I appreciate it. But that was funny when she said tree boy, toxic tribal chief, and the rated R psycho. She ain't lying. But anyway, man, that's my review for the show. What y'all think, man? Are you happy that it's a triple threat? Are you upset that it's a triple threat? What did y'all think? Like I said, SmackDown was a decent show. I just clowned all the stupid stuff that they did. They tightened it up. It was like I said, I didn't care nothing about Big E and them and that dumb man 6-man tag team and Ray and Rude. It shouldn't have had no match. I didn't. Or was it Dolph Ziggler? It was one of them. He went against one of them. But that shouldn't have happened. That foolishness should not have happened. It shouldn't. And then we shouldn't have had Seth Rollins versus Nakamura. We shouldn't have had that. But other than that, man, I really didn't have an issue with the show. The show was decent. We getting close and close to WrestleMania. Hey, this your boy Casey Bell King. So like, I'm gone.